Now it's time for me to show you the golden rule that you absolutely must use when you're doing music. You've written down your 2 volume levels, you've imported the music. You have to keep the music synchronized. When you're going up and down in volume and you're cutting this piece of tape, the music tape, into different pieces, it must be synchronized. And what I mean by that is it continues to flow. You know, the same piece of music is playing consistently, without any jumps, without any trackbacks, without any nasty movements. So, for example, this is what I'll give you an example. So let's cut that and get rid of this. And so we've got this piece of music here, so that's all one continuous piece of music. Now, if I wanted to cut that in a few places, which I shall now do, so I've cut that, then that's all still synchronized. So if we listen to that piece of music now, let's listen to that. It's very quiet because it's a background volume level. But if you listen to the join that's coming up, you'll hear that it's perfectly smooth. I'm hoping you can hear it anyway. Right, so that's perfectly smooth. I'll do it again. I'll just raise the volume levels so that you can hear more clearly, love more dearly, and criticise more clearly. So try again. So here we go. That's more like it. Now listen carefully. You won't be able to hear the edit because it's synchronized. There you go. That's one edit. And let's jump to the other one. See, perfectly smooth. You can't hear the edit, and that's really important. And where that goes wrong is if you're editing and instead of moving with these buttons here in the bottom left and bottom right hand corner, which contract the piece of tape but still keep the music synchronized, it's still completely synchronized, that's okay. So I can do that and then click on this one and extend this over, and it's still completely synchronized. So if we listen to it, see, completely synchronized. And we'll do it again at the other end. So we move this in and move this out, only using the white squares at the bottom right and bottom left, and we'll listen to that again. See, perfectly synchronized. You can do that. What you cannot do is this. I click on a piece of tape and I move it. It's now unsynchronized, and no matter what you do, you will never get it synchronized again. And here's the proof. Oh, it doesn't like that at all, does it? It jumps. And sometimes you won't hear the jumps, sometimes you will. So, you know, you might sort of zoom in and try to get it close. So let's try that and see if we can do it. And the answer is we can't, basically. So, oh, no wonder it was a jump. Well, let's do this and then move the piece of tape. So we've moved it and tried to join it up. And it sounds like this. See? You can't have that. So let's zoom out again. The point being, as soon as you move a piece of tape in the music and try to join it to another piece of tape, you can't. You just can't do that. If you've moved the piece of tape, or if you hear that it's jumping where the 2 pieces of tape are next to each other, so these jump like that. As soon as you hear that, you click on the piece of tape that's last, you delete it. You click on this piece of tape, extend it out, and then make another cut. And then you do it properly using these bits here, these little white squares in the bottom left and right hand corner. And if you extend these, you'll notice that the shapes, the black shapes that are in here, the images, they stay put. So the music is still synchronized. It's just the extent of which you can see the music that you're changing. I hope you understand that. But essentially the point to remember is if you're going to edit music, you must only use these white boxes in the bottom left and right hand corner. That is your golden rule, and you must listen afterwards when you've done a music edit to make sure you don't have any jumps.